Folks, welcome to Everything Pro Wrestling. Everything Pro Wrestling is a show by the fans, for the fans. I am your host, Conrad Cushman. Joining me today, my co-host, someone you guys have grown to expect to be on the show, Derek Shaw.
What's up, family?
We are here to talk AEW Dynamite for June 17th. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the show. We're going to run down everything from top to bottom. This was an alright show, I think. Yeah. It was kind of what I expected, the standard, I would say, for AEW right now. Definitely something that was very different.
Oh yeah, definitely different. But still a good show. Still a good show. Something that we could say like, it wasn't like this was horrible. You know what I mean? It's not something that you could say.
Yeah, what's good, everybody? Jesus, I see Jesus in the house. Doug in the house as well. Connor, Ace, what is good? B-Boy Skyline talking about Les Sex Gods. I see a lot of people throwing the hands up for you. Join the Derek Order. Rob said, welcome back. I think that's supposed to be some getting more ooze than welcome back, Connor. That's an inside joke if you didn't know. Doug said, I missed the show, but I'm here for the review. Jesus summed it up pretty good. But we're going to get into all of it for you, Doug, tonight. Now, first and foremost, I want to thank you guys for coming in here. I saw whoever the troll was who's been leaving me the dislikes. First and foremost, let me thank you, sir, for the view that you give me every single time. I'm glad you came in here to tell everybody that you think AEW sucks. And you know what? We welcome that opinion, but let's do it in a respectful way. That is the main thing. We need respect happening in the chat. No, Lara, what's good? Haven't seen you in a while. What is going on? Yeah, so let's keep it respectful when we're talking about this stuff here. And chat, I appreciate you guys coming in and showing the love, man. Thank you guys so much.
Most definitely.
We're gonna talk AEW, but first we gotta get to the sponsors. Let me give a big shout out to the sister site, Everything College Basketball. If you guys haven't, make sure you subscribe to their podcast. It's on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, same place where you can find Everything Pro Wrestling. Shout out to Josh Burton and the boys. You guys hear their ad if you listen to the audio feed every week, so make sure you show them some love. Also, Powerslam.tv. Independent pro wrestling is hot right now, and if you guys didn't know, I have an interview coming up on Monday at 7 p.m. with Amber Rodriguez. So you guys are going to want to make sure you hit the subscribe button and tune in for that right before Monday Night Raw. It could even be better than Monday Night Raw. But you guys can check out that interview and support some independent pro wrestling. Go to powerslam.tv, put in the promo code EPW show. You guys can check out some of her matches. I'm pretty sure they've got some of them on there. And last but not least, when you got to trim the fat, we got to talk about trimming the hedges. We got to talk about Manscaped 3.0, the lawnmower designed for growing grooming. Derek, what do you got to say about this bad boy?
It does what it's supposed to do.
That's right.
That's all you can say. It does what it's supposed to do.
Trimming and winning. Now, if I may pull this out, the lawnmower 3.0, that is, for those listening on the audio feed. This bad boy has the light. It's got everything that you could want. Everything and more for growing grooming. It's for men, females. Father's Day is coming up. You're probably going to get this after the fact. But if you missed Father's Day and you don't know what to do last minute, use the promo code EPW show, 20% off. Get yourself the lawnmower 3.0. You could also get a bunch of accessories. What accessories, you ask? The crop preserver, ball deodorant. Always need that bad boy, especially if you go working out, you're running. You don't want any chafing going on down there. You want to smell good. Same thing with the crop reviver, a little ball toner, if you will, daddy. If you will. And we also have some additional things that we have. The crop mop, the crop cleanser, the foot duster. Fellas, everybody could use a foot duster.
Definitely.
Refined cologne, and the plow 2.0. I'm sure Al Snow uses it.
What does everybody want?
Peace. But definitely check it out. Manscaped.com, promo code EPW show, 20% off. Enough of the shilling. Let's talk AEW Dynamite tonight, Derek. We had some title matches going on here. Tag team wrestling was the focus of tonight's show, as you guys could see by the thumbnail here. What did you think of tonight's tag team wrestling? And Jonelle, Casey, what's going on? Good to see you guys in here.
Yeah. Welcome. I think this is good because now you're putting on more tag team matches to showcase, the tag team division more instead of just having singles all the time. Sometimes you gotta change it up. Can't have a singles match the majority of the time. You gotta break it up.
I think that their tag division is what they need to focus on the most. Like I said, if you ask me who's got the best women's division, I'm gonna probably go with Impact. It's Impact or NXT, but I'm gonna go with Impact because WWE's roster is so spread out. At the same token, if you ask me best tag division, AEW.
Yes.
Best singles male division, give me New Japan Pro Wrestling. I really think that they've got a lot to offer, and I'm just curious to see what Ring of Honor has to offer going forward. What's going on, Sick? I see you in here as well. Man, we got a lot of people going on in here.
What's up, Chris?
Shout out to Doug, too. I saw he brought up the intern's 11 month today. Yes, it is. He's been doing a good job, 11 months interning. Got to get the paperwork straight sometimes, but he's doing all right so far. Yes. One day he'll make his debut on here. Chris DeZuba is also in the house. What is good? So, let me see here. We got Hangman Page, Kenny Omega, the tag team champions, taking on the Natural Nightmares, which is QT Marshall and Dustin Rhodes. QT was impressive in this match to me, Derek. What did you think of QT in this?
He was very impressive. He pulled out some moves that I have yet to see him do, and when he pulled them out, it caught me off guard. He had an excellent
showing. Yeah,
very excellent showing. Damn near almost had the best damn drop kick in the business.
Yeah. They did a really good job. QT Marshall is somebody who I think is the perfect type of. There's guys when I see them, I'm like, yo, he should be a trainer in wrestling. QT Marshall fits that to a T.
Yes.
I love the fact that in this match, he busted out the diamond cutter. If you've been watching BTE, kind of keeps going to DDP when he loses, and he's like, what am I doing wrong here? What could I do better? And they did the suplex spot, similar to when Goldberg went for the jackhammer on DDP at Halloween Havoc. I want to say 98 or 97. DDP hangs on and then hits the diamond cutter. QT Marshall hit it perfectly.
Yes, he did.
I thought it was really well done in this. And Kenny Omega and Hangman Page, it's sad because these dudes are always on fire, and I feel like we never give them enough credit for what they're out here doing.
I agree. They definitely do need more credit, but, it is what it is.
I see people saying the intern has passed the probation period. Casey Briggs is saying, good to see Kenny Omega actually teaming with his partner. Yes. Broken's in the house. What's good, Broken? Yes. So, in this match, I want to bring this up. This is totally sidebar, but Tony Schiavone, the usual people were on the announce team, JR and Excalibur. Tony Schiavone and Britt Baker, money throughout the night, with the little pulley from her Rolls Royce, no pun intended, where she's sliding a pulley to bring notes to Tony Schiavone because she doesn't want to be near anybody.
Right.
I thought this was money. Britt Baker is just getting upset about everything. Excuse me, Dr. Britt Baker, DMD.
Exactly.
The pulley was well used. Tony Schiavone playing his role to a T. This match ends, so let me say this. Number one, in this match, I wanted, Dustin Rhodes has this iron on the back. Bro, we were just saying, like, Brandy, pull that shit off of his back.
Right.
I don't know. It was just bothering me. I'm like, if it's going to be, like, barely on, just rip it off, bro. But old school wrestling, you never touch your gear. Right. I get it.
I mean, but, when they got off of him, when the cameras were off of him, I feel like they should have been able to pull that off then.
When he went down to the floor those couple times, she should have just yanked it off of him and just been like, yo, get rid of this.
Yeah.
It was distracting to me a little bit, but not his fault. Minor detail. Don't really care about that. Allie comes out. She's been flirting with QT Marshall. This has to be leading to some type of turn. I want to know what the point of this is. I thought it was leading to the Butcher and Blade, and I still think it is. At least that's my opinion.
I think it is.
Because this has to be a setup.
I definitely think it's a setup because that's just too random for her to leave them and be over there with QT Marshall and Brandy and Dustin, everything like that. So it just doesn't make any sense if they just put her with them.
Yeah, I don't know. This has to be there's a bigger picture to all of this.
Yeah.
I feel like then you could do 6-man tags with Butcher, Blade, and Allie versus the natural nightmares with Brandy. You could do a bunch of different things with that. Let's see here. So we got Connor. I just answered your question about is Allie done with Butcher and Blade. Let's see. Ace says QT needs to drop Allie. I agree. And Chris Dazuba says Allie was the best part of the match. Well, she was the main focal point. She kind of distracted QT. He went for a Wildman Mark Merrow moonsault-esque. I'm only saying that because I watched Survivor Series 96 on FS1. Did the Wildman Mark Merrow style moonsault. Comes up short, and then he gets caught with, QT Marshall got his ass whooped in this match, bro. He took a lot of double team moves from Omega and Hangman Page. V-trigger, buckshot lariat. Bro, it was done. Exactly. It was done, man. He went down for the 3 count. Very, very strange to see the after effect. It looked like Brandy's still not getting along with Allie.
Right.
Dustin looked disappointed. They put on a great tag match, though, for their spot.
They did. It was definitely a great match. It did what it was supposed to do.
I think. Oh, Jesus, you guys are jumping ahead a little bit. Jesus says QT's underrated. I would definitely agree with that.
Yeah.
Rob says MJF recruited her to destroy the Nightmare family from within because it's still funny. F Cody. You're mean. Ellie is going to turn on them soon. Perhaps, Jesus, perhaps. Britt Baker needs to take some notes from Bailey on how to spell role model correctly, he said. El Terrible. But I thought this was a fun match for what it is.
It was.
I'm looking forward to seeing what Hangman and Kenny do at Fyter Fest, which we'll get into because there's a contendership match going on later on in this show that we're going to talk about. Next, we see Anna Jay get a promo, star of the show. What do you think of Anna Jay, Derek? From just looks, I mean, you didn't see her wrestle any of the matches yet, right?
No, but I think the look that she has, it definitely shows that she's here to put on a great show. I think she exudes a lot of dominance when she comes out. It's not like
she's got a great presence and a great look to her.
Yeah,
is the main thing. I mean, she looks like she belongs in the ring. She didn't look nervous. I was impressed with her in she had a squash match with somebody. I can't remember if it was Nyla Rose or somebody.
Right.
But she went in there and she did a really good job. So I was happy to see her get offered a contract.
Yeah. This is the opportunity now with Chris Statlander being out. Anybody that's new that's coming in, this is your best opportunity to show off and get signed to the, basically get signed and then get brought up to the main roster.
Casey says Anna Jay equals Zatanna if y'all know your DC comics. Okay.
I do.
Okay.
That is that is very, very reminiscent.
Rob says, I'm not looking forward to the dumpster fire that will be Brandy versus Allie. Brandy is just terrible. I don't know. I think if you put them in a 6-man tag, I think it'll work. Or a 6-person tag, I should say. No Lara said, last month was really hard for me. I'm sorry to hear that, No Lara. If you need anything, man, reach out. You know me on Twitter at EPW Show. Just send me a message. If you need to talk, I'm here for you. Six said, just because Britt has a degree in the medical doesn't mean she has one in the spelling field. This is true, though. I'll share career stories with you guys one day after I'm retired. Let me see. I did see that. So Anna Jay is taking on Abandon, I should say. The look. The look for a Bandon is very unique. I've seen a Bandon wrestle on AEW Dark before, so I've seen it. So I'm going to let you kind of speak on this a little bit more. You like the gruesome horror film characters, and so do I. I absolutely love this, but I would like to hear what Derek thought of the look.
I think the look was very well put together. I think it was it showcased what her character is, and basically she's there to strike fear in the hearts of all the female wrestlers. She's there to insert her dominance and basically just scare the hell out of everybody.
Yeah, she did a really good job. The contacts to the eyes, to me, is like my favorite part about the character. Yeah. She comes out. She looks like a zombie almost.
She does.
Like a boss in Resident Evil that you would just be like, oh, I'm getting so sick of you.
Right, exactly.
And we're not even talking about like a final stage boss. This is like someone in the middle that just aggravates you. But
somebody that keeps coming back every other board. It's
that
like,
damn vamp from Metal Gear Solid.
Oh, God.
Let me see here. Oh, I see a lot of you guys are talking. You know what, Janelle, come back to that question about the inner circle when we get to the last match, and I will. We'll talk about that a little bit more. In this match, though, both ladies I thought had a good look. Relentless, though. Abandon destroyed Anna Jay. I was surprised to see that because they put focus on Anna Jay with a vignette before this,
right? And
they just let her get destroyed. She lost to a Frankensteiner that led to a face plant. I'm sure you've seen like Kalisto and a bunch of other people hit that. And the 1, 2, 3 happens, and that's it. It's over for Anna Jay. And so she gets the victory. She goes backstage, walks off in dominant fashion. But then the Dark Order's theme hits. And once the Dark Order's... We've talked about this. The Dark Order's theme hits. And they go out, and it's nice to see them recruit a young lady. Casey brought this up, and I thought it was really good.
It was.
Definitely dope to see the recruitment of a young lady. First, they come out carrying like a federal package, it looked like. Yeah. Like, they had some top secret stuff. They pass off something to Colt Cabana. It's got the eye around it. And Colt Cabana gets the package, and he's reading the paper. Shout out to Isaiah Cassie from Private Party, who's like looking over his shoulder like... Colt Cabana gets it. He reads through it, so I don't know if it's like a contract to join the cult. And Anna Jay gets picked up to her feet by all of the minions. It was good to see 10 out there, aka 5 now, as they call them, which is Angels. Yeah, very, very interesting things going on here.
Definitely, it's nice to see them recruit a woman. It's nice to see them do what they were supposed to do in the beginning, but we didn't have that direction yet.
Yeah, so the Dark Order is still recruiting people. They are still doing things. So I like this. It keeps the Dark Order relevant for right now. I know some people aren't the biggest fans of the Dark Order, but I'm still taking the wait and see approach. Like, let's see where this is going.
Right, exactly. I think this is going back to old, like, WWF days where you're bringing in a lot of people.
Like corporate ministry, a lot of people?
Yeah, like corporate ministry.
Ridiculous. Ridiculous.
Dos mi ende.
Please don't catch us with that. No, Lara, I just read your message about your grandfather passing away. I am sorry to hear that. My thoughts and prayers are with you and your family.
Most definitely.
Hold on, I'm trying to scroll back up here. I just remember the good times. Yes, and with Father's Day coming up, it's difficult. Understandable, no, Lara. Like I said, if you ever want to talk, if you need something, reach out. Talk to somebody. There's a great group of people in the chat that you could talk to about stuff like this. Definitely. So don't be afraid to reach out when it comes to that as well. Let's see. Jesus said Colt better join. B-Boy Skyline said the Dark Order just got thick. Not appropriate. Come on. Let's see here. Doug says, is he half the man he used to be? 10 is now 5. No, 10 is 10, but he's got a busted arm, and 5 is Alan. Is it Angles or Angels?
I think it's
Angles. Excuse me, yeah, I said Angels before. Alan Angles. So and they were calling him AKA, so his middle initial must be K. So cool stuff. Casey says, I love the Dark Order, but I do think they should trim the fat. Really only Uno Grayson for goons. I think Uno and Grayson could be tag champs, though. I think he's got a person for each division, and then he's got these other guys who are kind of like, oh, okay, you guys could be in here for now.
Right.
Let's see here. Malik Murray said, I got a question. Save it for when we get to the Cody part, Malik. I do like your question, though. Remind me. So copy and paste that bad boy for me. Six, I think the Dark Order can be more dominant than the Inner Circle if done properly.
Yes.
Oh, really? You feel the same way? I like the Inner Circle. I don't know. The Dark Order's just there, man.
No, I think if they keep going the direction that they're going right now, like you said, they have. It looks like they're picking people to be dominant in each division. So it's like you're handpicking these people who aren't winning, but now you have somebody to back you in each division. Like, okay, now QT Marshall. I mean, not QT Marshall.
I feel if anybody from the Dark Order is going to win belts, it's going to be Uno and Grayson as the tag champs.
Oh yeah, definitely. Honestly, if everything wasn't happening now, I feel like they would have already challenged for it. I don't think they would have won the first time. It may have taken maybe 2 or 3 times, but I think they would have had the belts by now.
Right. Nelson just said, all hail Derek, down with Conrad, revolt, revolt, revolt. Nelson, I'm just going to assume that you aren't doing too well tonight talking to me like that. So, hello, good sir. Good to have you in here. I love this all hail Derek. What is this? What is this? Let's get back to normal people. Next match, we got to talk a little MJF. The biggest douche in AEW with his man Wardlow taking on Billy. Can't say that last name.
Right.
Because somebody thought it was funny to do. And Billy came out with his 2 sons. I did not know that he had a son, Colton, that I don't know if he wrestles or whatnot. I know about Austin Gunn. I've seen him in Ring of Honor and stuff, but never seen Colton Gunn in the ring. So he came out with his 2 sons, though. Very cool to see him get that moment like that. In this match, MJF is doing a lot of running away, trying to do different things, and it just doesn't work. MJF gets caught by Billy, brought back to the ring like a small child, over the shoulder, throws him in. But then MJF begins to focus on the left knee, works over Billy Gunn, and right when Billy Gunn looks like he's got the win with the Famouser, MJF is getting his boy Wardlow involved. He distracts the referee, who then perfectly throws the diamond ring on top of MJF. MJF uses that bad boy for a sneaky punch for the 1, 2, 3. Damn you heels.
Right.
And he gets the victory. So, cheats to win. But to me, the biggest thing after all of this was the aftermath. I love the fact that MJF and Wardlow were getting in the baby faces on the one side. And Jungle Boy grabbed MJF, was like, hey, I'm talking to you. And my favorite part in all of this was a brawl begins to break out, and Marco Stunt jumped on Wardlow's back, and they started throwing hands. The whole roster on the one side jumps over the gate, and there's a pull apart. I like this chaos in all of this.
Yes. The chaos is very, very well thought out. So, I know you guys hear me say this all the time, but it did what it had to do.
Right. Let's see here. Nelson said first day back at work. Shout out to you, brother. Good luck with that. Casey said, yeah, but if they're recruiting more actual known wrestlers, the numerous nameless goons are just there. Get rid of them. Only keep Uno and Grayson, and now Anna Jay and Colt. Perhaps. We don't know, though. I think eventually there's going to be a mutiny turn, though, Casey, when it comes to that. Gino Morgan TV's in the house. What's going on? It's the Derek order, Conrad. Get your people under control, Derek. B-Boy Skyline says, I'm the evil Uno of the Derek order. I see someone just writing ass man for Billy Gunn. Malik Murray said, do you think MJF is going to make Cody losing the TNT Championship? I still think there's something there with MJF and Cody, personally. I think they have something that they could really sink their teeth into if they wanted to.
Right. There was no resolve. Cody didn't get his revenge.
I feel like that MJF was still taking pot shots when we still had crowds,
Yes.
and I felt like things weren't over just yet.
No, yeah, I don't think things were over yet. Because MJF is two above.
Mm-hmm.
So, Cody's got to even the score, even the playing field, or take the
L again.
Take the L again, and then just there you go.
I feel like MJF's going to be on to different things. I think we're going to come back to Cody and MJF. The question is just when.
Yeah.
Let's see. Doug says Marco isn't dead. Not yet, brother. Not yet. He's still alive and kicking. Thank you, Connor. Connor said I'm with Conrad. I appreciate that. Casey is excited about the same thing I am with this. Luchasaurus versus Wardlow finally. I feel like we're going to see a 3-on-2 handicap match, perhaps.
I would engage in that. That would be good.
Yeah, I think that would be definitely something fun for us to see as fans. I could even possibly see somebody getting taken out too. Maybe Marco to build up this big tag match between both teams. But this could be interesting. I want to see Luchasaurus and Wardlow. I want to see this fight. So hopefully we get it in a full scale. Not anything that's going to be a quick match, quickly forgotten.
Right.
Next up, Derek's boys, Le Sex Gods, being interviewed by Alex Marvez.
Spanish God.
Now, they just make fun of his head shape, number one, and they just talk about how they beat Orange Cassidy to a pulp. I thought that Sammy looked really good next to Jericho, though. He played a great, bad words here probably, but Jericho as Batman and he played Robin. I think Sammy did an excellent job playing his role as the man next to Jericho.
Basically.
He did really well, and Alex Marvez was just there. Yeah. I don't know how I feel about him still. We got Tony Schiavone and Britt Baker. Tony is next to Britt Baker talking to her, and he just randomly announces that the number one contender for the AEW Women's Championship for Fyter Fest is Penelope Ford. I think none of us saw this as a surprise. After penning Sheeta last week with the Fisherman Suplex, it seemed like an obvious choice here.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. I mean, who else would you have right now? It has to be Penelope, so it is what it is. If you don't like it, cry about it, but it is what it is.
Cry me a river.
Oh.
Yeah. So afterwards, Britt gets upset. She's like, "You're supposed to be talking to me. TNT's gonna hear about this." Yada yada yada. And then she says, "Reba, drive off." Rebel's not in the golf cart. Big Swole is in the golf cart. And Big Swole says, "Where to, Dr. Baker," or whatever. They always try and play off that Undertaker line, which only Undertaker could pull off.
Right.
And she ends up driving her off, and I guess I'll kick it over to you because I missed what happened during that spot. I had to step out for a second with the dumpster.
So basically, when we get back to Britt Baker, we find her in a dumpster. So Big Swole dumped her in a dumpster. Reba's running up, acting all frantic and everything.
Rebel.
My bad. Rebel, a.k.a. Reba. She runs up to the dumpster. Britt Baker tells her that she's fired, then rehires her because Rebel's like, "Oh, that means I'm free? Okay, well, I'm out of here." And Britt Baker was like, "Wait, no, you're rehired." So, and then she's basically telling Rebel to text Tony because Tony was supposed to be there to help her get out of there because they're best friends and everything. So this was a fun little segment.
Yes. So let me see here. Broken says, "Shout out to Marco's brother Logan Stunt. Been in the chat with him for New Japan Pro Wrestling. Nice." PR Nightmare said, "If we start the Derek order, then I can be the crazy guy in the group. Someone's getting choked out." Jesus, watch yourself, because I saw what he wrote. Let me see here. I guess Britt Baker got Dr. Nap. Big Swole delivered that horribly. I agree, Rob. I did not like that. But you know what? I think Big Swole is going to step up in a major way. I think Big Swole is going to be one of the people that can fit into that spot and void that the injured Chris Statlander has left. Chris Statlander will be out for a couple months, tore ACL. So they got to find some people to fit in that women's division. They gotta improve it. They gotta find people to fit in. So if you're an unsigned free agent, this could be your chance to make a big name somewhere.
Yeah.
Let's see. Casey said, I know we need Derek order shirts, but Derek also needs one that says it is what it is.
I agree with that.
Terrible. Let's see here. Malik says, got a question for you. You think Sammy versus Jericho all out? I think that Ty is going to debut at Fyter Fest. And I love Kenny Omega is overrated to y'all. Kenny Omega is not overrated to me, number one. What about you? Is he overrated?
I don't think he's overrated.
There's a butt in here somewhere. I feel it.
Yeah. I don't think he's overrated, but I do think there is a lot of emphasis on Kenny Omega. Like, Kenny Omega has a lot of pull as to like what he gets to be able to do in ring.
But I think Kenny's really good though. Like, we haven't even seen like New Japan Kenny. I promise you. Sammy and Jericho at All Out too soon.
Yeah.
I don't think it's time for that just yet.
Well, let me rephrase that. I feel like Kenny Omega is not over. Like, okay, so I feel like he is overrated because we haven't seen. You know, they're not showing what he would normally do in New Japan. So I guess that I can see why people are like he's overrated.
I don't agree with that. I think a lot of people are just being really harsh on what Kenny wants to do. Casey just said Butcher liked his tweet, so his life is complete.
Oh, there you go. See?
I would start singing Cisco right now, but it just seems wrong.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Let's see here. Next up, we have the TNT Championship match. Cody with the head coach of the Nightmare Family, Double A, Arn Anderson, versus... He ends up having a mystery opponent. They cut this promo about Hager and being focused on who the opponent is tonight. And it turns out to be the former NWA television champion, Absolute Ricky Starks. Very cool to see Ricky Starks join AEW. It's been rumored for a little bit now, and it's official. He is part of the roster. Jesus just confirmed it as well. Tony Khan has made it official. I thought Ricky Starks did well in this match.
He did. He came out with a lot of fire, and he impressed me because this is my first time actually seeing him. I saw where they, where he became a free agent, but this is the first time seeing him actually wrestle, and I was very impressed.
Right. I want to address the chat real quick. I know we're going to jump back into this Cody and Ricky Starks match. This is not NJPW, Kenny Omega. I know that. And Sick just said exactly what I'm thinking. I just want to say Kenny and the Bucks are definitely holding back. I agree. I even think Cody lets a lot of people get offense in on these matches. Casey was bringing up earlier, why don't we see squash matches? I think there's just so many on Dark that you can't do them on Dynamite because people don't want to see that after they just watched it the day before.
Right.
It's a little weird situation we're dealing with right now as far as that goes.
It's overdone.
But Kenny and the Bucks, I think that with them being EVPs, they know that they have to let other people shine. It's not all about them anymore, like it was in New Japan, where it's like, all right, well, we're just going to steal the show then. Let's do it. You can't do that now because other people look at you and they say, well, you're in the leadership position. How come you didn't give me an opportunity? Why didn't you give me a chance?
Right, exactly.
Derek, Casey wants to know, what size shirt do you wear?
Large, my good sir.
That means medium. No, I'm just kidding. I'll send in some Derek order shirt designs. Listen, send it in. If you're going to spell Derek's name, you got to spell it correctly, though. It's Derek. So make sure you do that for me. 2X for me. I still wear baggy clothes. That's right. Bring back the 05 suits. Rob says Starks is fantastic. Get him with Sammy ASAP. Ooh, that would be a good team, possibly.
I can see that.
Or let them wrestle each other.
That I could definitely see.
That would be great. Malik says, do you think Cody is going to cash in TNT Championship and face MJF at All Out? Cody cannot cash in, I don't think.
Yeah.
They're going to have to do some real muddying of storylines if Cody's going to get a title shot. Well, I think No Lar is asking if we're playing Last of Us Part 2. I think I will get there eventually. It's definitely on my list of games to play.
I am undecided because I didn't purposely read the leaks or listen to the leaks. The leaks just kind of happen.
We're done. We're talking leaks. I don't want to hear about leaks.
So I don't know. I don't know if I'm getting the game.
He's buying it. Trust me. So, Cody, Ricky Starks, man. Cody's ribs were the main focus of the match for Ricky Starks. And I like the fact that they did another double head collision in this. It was done safely. It was the classic, like, you whip someone into the ropes, they put their leg up, you run in behind them, and then you guys collide back to stomach, but it looks like the head met. Well done. Both men go down. And you see Jake Hager was watching this match on a monitor backstage. He's scouting because he has the shot at the TNT Championship at Fyter Fest. And this was really good, man. They had Starks hanging with Cody, brawling with him towards the end, throwing the fist. And he really did a good job. If you've never seen this man in NWA, you really are missing out. He was really good. I can't believe how everything just happened with him. I thought he was going to be a top NWA guy, but apparently he could just go.
Right.
So they let him go.
It is what it is.
Cody
That's
catches
for you, Casey.
Cody catches him with a crossroads pinfall 1-2-3. Hell of a match. Cody shakes his hand afterwards. I like it, man. Bring on more of these TNT Championship matches. I like this every week.
Oh yeah, definitely. The only thing that I want to address is what is up with everybody spiking themselves?
Yo, dude. I don't know. Stop spiking yourselves on that darn freaking crossroads. ASAP put Ricky Starks in the inner circle. Jesus says he loves Ricky for he's a great talent. Excuse me. Six said, I feel bad for people who didn't watch New Japan during the hottest moment of the Bullet Club. Y'all just don't know, man. Kenny versus Okada was one of the greatest matches of all time. I agree with Sick. It's definitely up there. No, the TNT title cannot be cashed in for a shot at the AEW title. I don't know where that came from. B-Boy Skyline said, I need to get a PS5 because of Spider-Man. Just note that that's like an add-on DLC for Spider-Man. Check IGN for that. Any spoilers mentioned and you will get banned. Rob said, I agree. I gotta save up for a PS5. Let's see here. Okay, everybody's talking video games in the chat. I gotta do some more live streams, man. Like I said, I'll probably start doing some streams of other things eventually, as long as you guys are cool with it. I don't want to hear like, oh, this is supposed to be everything pro wrestling and you're streaming NBA 2K or you're streaming Last of Us. I'm trying to work with you guys here when it comes to that.
Exactly.
Could you see Anna J manager for someone? If she joins the Dark Order, she'll definitely be in a manager / wrestler role. So yeah. PR Nightmare said FPS 5. Rob, you know what to do. Malik said, I think that Nick Aldis is going to face Cody for the TNT Championship at All Out. That would be a dope. Yeah. Let's see here. My heart's hurt. Oh, don't tell me that. I don't care. CGI Spider-Man. I figured you would like that game though, Jordan. All right. Let's see here. Get your facts straight. Insomniac confirmed Miles Morales is a standalone, sir. I will get back to you on that in 1 second, Rob. After this show. I followed you guys on Twitter. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. Here we go. So that was the TNT Championship match. I look forward to seeing what happens with Cody and Hager. I think they're going to put on a really good match. Like, I think this is going to be the match that you want to watch to see what Jake Hager can do. I'm not one of those people that rip on the dude. I think he's really good.
I think he's good.
Yeah, just to bring up small talk for him. Like, the dude's really, really good. And I just felt he never got his just due anywhere else. So go ahead on it.
Let it be here.
EPW on Twitch. Maybe I'll do the Twitch for non-wrestling streams, and I'll put all the wrestling ones on YouTube. That's a good idea, Sick. Remind me about that.
There you go.
Let's talk another tag team match in the great AEW tag division. We've got Kip Sabian and Jimmy Havoc with Penelope Ford. I think what team? Superbad? I can't remember what their name is. Versus the Young Bucks. Just note, you know how the referees always check people before the match, check them for weapons and everything else. They found that Jimmy Havoc had like pliers or a wrench on him. Love it. Finally, a wrestler gets caught with a weapon.
Thank you.
A little ridiculous, but geez. In this match, we saw a mallet at one point, like the rubber mallet used for flooring. We saw like a caution floor wet sign being used throughout this match. Jimmy Havoc got his stuff in. Now the Bucks argued a lot in this match. The main focus of this match to me felt like it was the Bucks and Butcher and Blade.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Butcher rocking the 9-inch nail shirt and the all white Scullies and stuff. They came out ready to fight, and I like that they're angry about this, but I do have a criticism coming up about it. FTR came out. There was a lot of hoopla in this match. Like, there were way too many people out there.
Right.
How else do I put this? So there was also an AEW Dark ticker at the bottom letting you know who won matches, because honestly, I see Jesus and myself correcting a lot of people on like Facebook groups and forums and everything else. Like when people are like, how come Shawn Spears is getting a title shot? He hasn't won a match in 3 weeks. And we're like, no, he's won every week on AEW Dark. So he has been winning matches against people. You got to watch it. Oh, I don't watch that. So now I like the ticker at the bottom for Dark to kind of update people on who's winning and maybe why they're possibly getting title shots.
Right.
So that was cool with the Sports Center feel. Double knee to the face. The Boombaye, similar to a tag team named the Golden Lovers. Look them up if you don't know who they are. The Young Bucks get the victory there after penning a bloody Kip Sabian.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened to him. He got cut at some point by his ear in the match.
Something.
The brawl afterwards. So Butcher and Blade after this were like, F this, we're beating the crap out of the Young Bucks. Like they yoked Nick Jackson by his neck to the floor and started punching him. They get in this, and then FTR get in the ring and they start fighting with them as well. And then here comes Sabi. Like it turned into a brawl, a Pier 6 brawl. And I don't know, Derek. How did you feel about the end of this?
It got a little disjointed, but it wasn't like a defining factor as to like you guys don't know what you're doing. I know they know what they're doing. I think the direction was a little disjointed. Nobody thought about what was supposed to happen. I think they just got caught up in the moment trying to make things happen when it should have just happened. But it doesn't take away anything from me. So I still like it. So, you know.
I think with this, so me and Casey been talking about this for weeks. He usually messaged me during the show. And when we were talking, it was more so like, how come the Butcher and Blade keep losing every week? And afterwards, Young Bucks and FTR are kind of competing. They do dueling like pile drivers with the assist from the partner. And when I looked at it, I was just like, wait a minute. Why are Butcher and Blade going down again, and Sabian and Jimmy Havoc losing again? They just lost a match, and now they look like kind of chumps to these teams. And I get it. Maybe that's what they signed up for. But I do wonder this. What about putting on an 8-man tag match where the Bucks and FTR are going to try and get along against these teams, and you let these guys get the win? Because they desperately need that. They do not need to look like chumps when this comes up. Like Casey said, Butcher and Blade need to just stand tall just one freaking week for... Well, I can't say that. For goodness sakes, we'll say.
Right.
Yeah, I would definitely say there's nothing wrong with that. They definitely need to look stronger than they have. So that's where I think they could get a victory, and then you could get to the breakdown of the Bucks versus FTR, because I assume this is happening at All Out.
Yeah, it has to. It has to.
That's the match we're all looking forward to, and I can't wait. I really hope that they work together in this, and they put on one of the like greatest tag matches that we've ever seen. And I think they have the ability to do so.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. Without a doubt.
And I don't know what's up with the Butcher. Casey said he was going to act surprised when he saw this. Wow, I'm so shocked and surprised, TJ. Wow. Hit that like button and be surprised. Hit that like button. Yeah, so good stuff here. We'll see what happens in the coming weeks, but definitely got to make these other tag teams look strong in this. And that includes Kip Sabian and Jimmy Havoc, too. Next, we get a promo from Rob's favorite boy, Taz. Watch out. Hopefully no one smacks a tomato. And Brian Cage outside. I like the fact that he referenced Moxley saying he was pissed off, and Taz said, I'm the original pissed off guy.
Right.
And they talk about the Fyter Fest title match. Looks really... I'm interested in this match.
I think this will be a good match, because now it's Cage showing off his power. And
he's got the high flying advantage too, I think.
I still find that hard to believe.
What do you mean? No slander on the show.
No slander. I just find it hard to believe that he was a cruiserweight.
Google it. I swear he was a cruiserweight. But yeah, this looks good though.
It definitely looks good. Like I said, this gives Cage a chance to show off his power, his speed, and then this gives Moxley the better showing of him showing off how resilient he is against anybody.
No, you wrote Moxley cut a promo too?
Moxley cut a promo. Short, sweet, simple, straight to the point. You know, he's basically telling Cage, like, I'm going to destroy you. So, I don't care what you do to me. It's not going to put me down. I'm going to put you down, and that's going to be the end.
You still feeling good about Mox right now as champ? Like, I mean, as a champion, are you still like, I'm interested in him?
I am. I'm not sure how long. Until yeah, I'm not sure how long he has. Actually, both ways. You know, I'm not sure how long he has before they take it off of him, and I'm not sure how long I feel like he should lose the title. Because right now, I feel like in order for him to lose, it has to be like an upset.
Perhaps, because he's undefeated. He hasn't been pinned yet.
Right.
Which is, I think, remarkable in AEW booking that Moxley hasn't been pinned yet. MJF has only lost one match. Like, they've done a good job booking certain people. And guess what? It's not the elite guys that we're talking about who haven't lost matches.
Right.
Very cool. Then we get the Britt Baker Big Swole dumpster segment that happened right here. But let's talk about what's going to happen on next week's edition of AEW Dynamite. We have Sammy Guevara,
Spanish God,
versus Matt Hardy. I don't know what version it's supposed to be. They're going to be facing off with each other. They need to have a match at the Hardy compound. I'm just sure of it. Hopefully they do that eventually. We also have the Exalted One, Mr. Brody Lee, and Colt Boom Boom Cabana taking on the team of Sonny Kiss and the bad boy Joey Janela. I like that little New Jersey connection there.
Yeah.
It's gonna be weird to see what happens with Colt. I don't know if Colt's joining.
I can't speculate on that. So
okay, thank you. We have a lumberjack match next week with Wardlow versus Luchasaurus. You know these lumberjacks aren't gonna be able to hold them back.
No, absolutely not.
Especially if it's those dudes from Dark. they're getting squashed.
Get off me.
We just got a random question. Chat, favorite Resident Evil game? Why not? No Lara asked. What about you? I'm going to say Resident Evil 2.
Yeah, I'm going to say Resident Evil 2.
6 at how tall is Cage? If Taz is 5'10", Cage has to be 5'11" or 6 foot even. Yeah, I think he's got... No, I think Taz is shorter than that even. Taz might be 5'9".
Yeah, Taz is around my height. Like, I'm 5'8", so he's got to be like 5'8", 5'9".
Yeah, because I'm 5'11". So
so he's got to be 5'8", 5'9".
Yeah. Let's see here. Can Jungle Boy shock the world and win the AEW World Title? I wouldn't be mad if he did it.
No, I wouldn't be mad either.
I don't think it's the right time though. Malik Murray, do you think Carlito at the World Heavyweight Championship, could Carlito be World Heavyweight Champion in AEW? I don't see Carlito coming over to AEW. I think he's missed his opportunity to do something different if he wanted to. I mean, maybe. I don't know. I shouldn't knock him, but I don't. He hasn't expressed any interest I've seen.
Right. If he goes, he goes. But I don't think he's a mid card person. So it's I don't mean to say it that way, but he is a mid card tier wrestler.
Yeah. So I'm sorry. Let me finish this. Lumberjack match, Wardlow versus Luchasaurus, and Natural Nightmares with Brandy Rhodes versus FTR next week.
I think that's going to be a good match.
Yeah, I do too. Hopefully we get more story development in both teams. Now, as far as we know, Matt Hardy comes out for the main event. He is going to be on the announce desk. And yes, the tag team name is Le Sex Gods, Chris Jericho and Sammy Guevara.
Spanish God.
Versus the Best Friends. Their number one contendership match is on the line. Now, I have to comment to a fan who said, how come they're getting a tag team title shot? They're not ranked. Tony Khan replied on Twitter for once to somebody and said, well, it turns out that Jericho and Sammy said that they would not wrestle them because the best friends wanted revenge for what happened to Orange Cassidy last week, getting beaten to a pulp. And
bloody.
So he said that they would not agree to the match unless they put up their number one contendership. Ta-da! Storytelling. So that's how we get to the point of that match. Jesus said, finally, we got that lumberjack match. Yeah, I like it. When can we get that parking lot match with Best Friends and Jimmy and Kip? I want to see Death Triangle and Best Friends and Orange Cassidy finally get that match too.
Yeah, we definitely are missing that, and I would love to see that happen.
Hopefully they'll be back soon. Neither of us have a Nintendo Switch, no, Lara.
No,
unfortunately. I swear some people don't pay attention, Conrad, these days. Jesus, I'm trying to tell you.
They don't.
And Doug said Google. Google it. So the Sex Gods versus Best Friends. Sammy is getting worked over by Trent. Hits Sammy with the belly to back suplex. Trent eventually got hit with the bat named Floyd. He ends up taking a mean shot to the stomach in this match. Now I'm gonna have Derek describe this because I was taking notes and my head was looking away, and Derek was like amazed at something he had seen, and he didn't ruin it for me because he was like, no, wait, just wait, watch. And I was like, what are you talking about?
Right.
So he gets hit with the bat. Sammy goes for a shooting star press, near fall. I thought they were gonna lose right there when that happened.
Yeah, this dude's heart basically dropped to the floor. He was like, I'm like, oh. At first I thought they had it, but I'm like, nah, that's not his normal move to hit. So I'm like, nah, Trent's kicking out.
Listen, sometimes those matches end like that, though.
That is true.
So he goes for it, and then we see a spot in the corner. The guy ends up going in the corner, and then I'll let you kind of.
So if anybody missed it, I'm pretty sure everybody saw it. But if you did miss it, so. Trent goes to, not Trent. Sammy Guevara goes for an Irish whip on Trent. Trent reverses the Irish whip, gets Sammy. All of a sudden, all you see is this hand. Mind you, the cameraman who was filming did perfectly because all you could see was the arm. All of a sudden, all you see is this arm come out, pull Sammy's leg. Sammy turns around. Basically, Trent hits
He catches him in like that reverse pile driver move that they always do. It's I think they call it. Is it the Storm Zero?
I think it is.
I can't remember what they call it, but it's that basic. He hooks the legs, then just drops down into the pinfall.
Yeah. So he hits that pinfall 1, 2, 3. All of a sudden, you see the cameraman starting to walk up the steps. Basically, trying to get into position. But then you see the cameraman slowly putting the camera down, taking the headphones off, taking the hat off, steps in the ring, pulls off the mask, pulls off the shirt. What do you know who you got?
Orange Cassidy. He had the Band-Aid across the head, sporting the cut. And for once, Orange Cassidy wasn't lazy. He went in there and he was ready to beat Jericho's ass. I thought they did a good job making him more serious.
Very serious.
I like it. He hit Jericho with a Superman punch, knocked him out of his boots. He did a good job.
Boots.
Casey is yawning at Best Friends. I thought they put on a good match here. I thought they did really well. Connor says, hey guys, just thought I'd drop in to say, hey Connor, thanks for following me back on Twitter. He wrote Tweeter, but I know what you meant. Someone else is meant to, not pointing fingers, Derek. Derek doesn't hop on Twitter too often, so you gotta, I don't even tag him in it because I know Derek's never paying attention to it.
Yeah, I don't, I have it set up, but I don't really pay attention to it. I get too many notifications and sometimes I forget to
check that,
so it's like,
Yeah, Twitter's rough, man. Every time I get on, I have at least like the 20 plus. No Lara said, could you see AEW bringing in a women's tag title or intergender titles one day? Tag title, I could see it, but I don't think they need to right now. You got to improve the women's division, period, first. Yeah. And intergender, not necessary either.
I don't think they'll do it.
Less is more.
Yeah. I don't think they'll do intergender. Maybe a women's tag team, but something down the line, maybe next year. Right now, I don't think they need that.
Let's see here. I see a lot of video game talk. Listen, guys, if you like this, don't forget, I do live stream sometimes. If you guys want to come in, the live streams are meant to just talk about anything. So if you ever see me live stream in Fire Pro or something, come on in. We'll talk video games. I love talking video games, movies, TV shows. If I have knowledge about it, we'll talk. If not, teach me and I'll try to catch up on some of it. Right. I'm still behind on F is for Family. Got to watch some of that.
Just started that.
Yeah, and I definitely know of some other shows I got to catch up on that people told me about. Rob just told me to check out a show called Parasite on Hulu. He said it was really good.
Yeah, so. I heard that was really good.
Let's see here. Jesus has a question for you. Derek, question for you. Do you like the amount of people we get joining the Derek Order? And would you like to see more?
Well...
Or no, I'm sorry. Maybe is this the Dark Order or your order? Let's say we'll go Dark Order.
Dark Order, but we know what the real order is. But, yes, I think there are more to come. Do I like it? Yes, because like I said, this goes back to what the Ministry of Darkness was. So when you have the Dark Order, you have somebody who is there to basically try to wipe everybody out, and you need numbers in order to do that.
Big facts. Let's see. Orange Cassidy needs to drop the dead weight with the best friends. B-Boy Skyline said he went full fire ant. Truly the ace just said Orange Cassidy. That's all that needs to be said. Make sure you guys check out Montezi as well. Montezi definitely has a Orange Cassidy song out right now that's about his character. Let's see. It's mostly Chuck I'm not a fan of. Trent is cool. I just find Chuck boring. Six said, put you through that effing wall for F is for Family. But Dad, we're outside. I'll build a wall and put you through it. Bill Burr, funny dude. If you like Bill Burr comedy, that's who does the voice for F is for Family. Oh, excuse me. Rob said the movie Parasite. Excuse me.
Yeah, no,
I apologize.
I heard it was really good.
You gotta watch Tiger Mask, CJ. All right, I will try to check that out as well. No Lara says I volunteer as tribute for the Derek Order. Just throw the hands up. I guess that's what it is. Check out Upload on Prime, Dave on Hulu. I heard Dave is pretty good, Casey, as well. Conrad is joining the DO soon. Call it now. Perhaps, good sir, perhaps. Everything's got prices, though, too. Guys, that's it for AEW Dynamite. We know what's happening next week. We got a lot of good things going on.
Definitely.
Makes things interesting. Guys, you know what time it is. Was this a thumbs up show?
I still think it was a thumbs up, even though it was like a decent show. I still think it was a thumbs up because there wasn't enough to be like, oh yeah, this was a bad show. It wasn't a bad show. It just wasn't top tier like they're normally putting out.
Right? I'm assuming these hands are thumbs up. Yeah, I think it was good. I think it was just right the standard, what I expect.
Yeah.
It was good. Casey's thumbs up. Jesus thumbs up. No Lara hand up.
There we go.
I respect it. I really do. Everybody's just throwing the hands up. Jesus said 7 out of 10. Pretty good show.
Yeah.
Not mad at it, Jesus. That's a fair rating for it, I believe.
That is.
Yeah, I look forward to seeing what next week is. We got one more week before we start getting to the festivities of Fyter Fest.
Yep.
So, with that being said, guys, make sure you check back in next week if you love the AEW Dynamite show. I think it's the good show on Wednesday nights that I can always enjoy. I will try to catch up on some NXT tomorrow. That's not a shot at NXT, but I choose to watch AEW, get a little bit of a different wrestling company in my life on Wednesday nights. So I definitely will be back here next week talking AEW Dynamite. Also, Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Be on the lookout. I will be interviewing Amber Rodriguez. I'm really excited to do that interview. So you guys are going to want to check out the channel. and be in there live. I got some questions that we're going to talk about, and it's going to be fun. So make sure you join us.
Definitely.
Other than that, for myself, this man right here, this is the end of the stream. We will catch you guys next week. Peace.